Scott Warras here for WLCSports.com inside the Time of Grace Center. It's a 1-0 NAC record for the green and white. They knock off Benedictine here tonight by a final of 78-66. A host of Warriors in double figures. Ryan Broeckel, one of them. We'll get to Ryan in just a second. We'll start with the coach, Aaron Aanonsen. First half, maybe not the prettiest basketball both ways. He had an 8-day layoff, but the second half looked much more in rhythm and guys got comfortable and you put this thing away by a dozen. Your thoughts?
Yeah, first off, hats off to Benedictine. I thought they did a really nice job of enforcing their style of play. They've had some really good non-conference wins. They beat Wheaton early in the year. They just come off the North Central win, 2 great CCIW wins. We knew what we were getting ourselves into. One of our goals was to make them play at our pace, and we were not able to do that. I think a lot of that's credit to Benedictine and how well coached they are and how great the players are. For us, I thought we did a much better job refocusing, press and reset at halftime, talking about some of the things that we know to be successful for WLC basketball, and we got down to those basic principles.
We'll talk a little physicality with Ryan in just a second, but man, I mean, I know these are 2 of the top 3 teams in the league according to the preseason poll. This was a physical game to start conference play.
It was, and that's typical conference play. You have to be ready for it. Conference play is just kind of a different animal when it comes to the physicality. As the season goes along, the game's going to even get more physical, and we have to be ready for it. I don't know if we were right away. But again, I thought we did a nice job of adjusting, and in the second half we played our style of basketball.
All right, let me turn to a guy that has no problem with physicality, that's for sure. Ryan Broeckel, first double-double on this season, 18 points and 11 rebounds. Just speak to the nature of this physical fight tonight with Benedictine.
Yeah, I mean, hats off to them. Like Coach said, they're a really physical team. They're well coached, like he said. Early on, it was physical from the jump, and they kind of let some stuff go the first half, and then towards the back end of the first half started to tick us a little bit more, and everyone was kind of like, all right, we need to adjust. And the second half, I mean, I had 4 fouls in the second half alone, which I know Coach doesn't like, but just trying to be physical without fouling is not easy, especially in the NAC, because, you know, you never know what you're going to get on a daily basis. Some days they're going to let it ride, some days it's not, which that's fine. It's our job to adjust to that. It's part of the game. But I thought overall we did a pretty good job.
Down 1 at half, you guys opened the second half on an 8-0 run. Stoltz, a couple of threes, and it seemed like it just breathed a little bit of relaxation. Like everything's going to be okay. It kind of opened things up in the game plan.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal player, obviously. He just had 1,000 points. He's been shooting really well from the arc. He's one of the guys that we turn to. So when he's on, usually the rest of the team is on, and everyone can kind of form around that. So it's really good to see him hitting shots, especially early in the second half. We call a thing, it's called Pareto. It's 4 minutes in the first half, 4 minutes in the second half, where we really just focus on being the best versions of ourselves. We don't worry about anything else, and that's part of that in the second half. So it's good to see him hitting shots early because everyone else just kind of flows with that.
Yeah, and we'll give you the last word, Coach. First conference game of the year. You win at home against a team that you'll be battling with to the bitter end. And like you said, in the second half, you played Warriors basketball. So got to be pretty happy, all told, with some things you can always coach on. But you love that part.
Sure. Yeah, it's not going to get easier on Saturday too. You know, Concordia Chicago brings back almost everybody from a team that's been very successful the last couple of years. So it doesn't get any easier for us. We need to be able to learn from this, grow, turn the page, and we need to be a lot better if we're going to compete down on the road at Concordia Chicago on Saturday.
And you can follow along at WLCSports.com. 4 Warriors in double figures, a 12-point win over Benedictine. 4-1, 1-0 in the NAC. Congrats to you both. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.